The idea that like Joe Biden is like doing anything at all is pretty funny. The idea that Joe Biden, even if he wasn't tweeting, is like secretly running the country, also funny. Not so. Nadeshot. This is the weirdest I've ever seen on Twitter, and it's not even close. Get him out. I like that. Wait, he's getting cooked for this? He's got 27K likes. What are you talking about? Wait, that's not getting cooked. Ludwig pressing him. This has nothing to do with Trump. Assuming because I don't like Biden means I'm supporting Trump is exactly that, an assumption. Biden is the leader of the free world. Meme about the Super Bowl while the U.S. is falling apart. When you start paying taxes and see this is the guy that is running your country, it drives me nuts. I don't care if it's social media manager. I don't want to be... Wait, his take isn't even that bad, to be honest. I don't want the account, him or anyone representing his office, farming impressions, and making light of the incredible amount of work to be done to fix all the issues of the country. It's beyond frustrating. I don't care if you agree or anyone else for that matter. That's so funny that people are mad. I think the only part of this that's like silly is that it is such an American take to be like, I don't really care about the genocide that's ongoing, but I do think that it's like up that he's making a mockery while he's the president. You know what I mean? Like the president, the institution is supposed to be one of reverence. Like it is a very fun moment. It's a very fun take overall. Right wingers correlate lisps with being gay. That's the reason why your haters say that to you. Yeah, but like again, so what if I'm gay? like gay, straight doesn't matter. In the most insane fantasies that any right winger has of having a girlfriend, they're still gonna want to fuck me. Okay, so it don't matter. Gay, bi, straight. They better pray to God I'm ace. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, I will fuck your imaginary girlfriend in Canada. I will fuck imaginary boyfriend. I'll fuck them all. It's so dumb. Wait, hold on. What's your... Okay. I'll tell my partner all the time how I want to climb you. Okay, don't say that to your partner. He's going to get jealous and then they're going to make you not want to watch the stream. Do you think Nadeshot would say all this for the stuff Trump used to say and do on Twitter? I don't know if you know him, but I wonder. Probably. I wonder if he has. I assume he might have even said it. Wait, let's see what his real time.
Anybody agrees with me, bro. As a man who is a citizen of the United States of America, I don't want the president tweeting out memes where he has these red lasers in his eyes. Meanwhile, we got things just happening all over the world. I want a strong leader who's not fucking farming impressions on Twitter in a very pivotal time.
No, I love this. He's like, I think a lot of people on Twitter will get mad at this, but this is so surprisingly normal of a take. Okay. It's not like the correct take, obviously. And it is like silly to get mad at this when there's like a million things to get mad at Biden over. Okay. But this is the average lib take, I think. And I don't mean like average liberal who watches MSNBC or like the average liberal who who is on Twitter or whatever. I'm talking like just a normal dude who browses Twitter, doesn't give a shit about politics. This is the same exact opinion that like so many apolitical people had about Trump. Okay? I think you guys are failing to understand. Not everyone gives a shit about politics in the same way that we do. Okay? Not everyone gives a shit about politics in the same way that we do. This is such a... Why are you assuming Nadeshot's a liberal? Because every single person in America is a liberal, even those who vote Republican. America is a liberal country. I mean liberal in the political theory, okay? Not liberalism in the way that it's been bastardized by like American culture or whatever. I'm talking like, you know, capital L liberalism. Every American is a liberal. Every conservative is a liberal. Every Democrat is a liberal. Most people are liberal, okay, in this country. There is a neoliberal monoculture that is over every other like minutia, okay? There is this, everything that we do, we add on and like additional aesthetics to make it seem like we have differences in opinion or whatever, but ultimately everyone is basically a liberal at the end of the day. So liberalism is, for those of you who don't know, liberalism obviously centers around protecting private ownership of property, private property rights, that sort of thing. And then it's basically politics designed on top of it. It is relatively progressive. If the prior formation is feudalism, right? it's progressive for, you know, the 18th, 19th century. was very progressive, very good, good step in the right direction. Definitely kind of outdated for now, for our time, our day and age. But I'm also like explaining this while simultaneously adding Mark Lamont Hill. Neoliberalism is status quo in the capitalist class or the ruling class of society. Yes. But yeah, overall, it's pretty funny to get mad at this. And I feel like this is the most like apolitical center left approach to politics from afar. And the most apolitical center right approach was literally saying the same thing about Donald Trump. Ultimately, though, who gives a fuck? It's the least significant part of the Biden administration. I think it's tone deaf, especially because how and when he tweeted it, but I don't think that's what Nadeshot's talking about anyway.
For our country, bro. Like, I want to know this motherfucker is behind closed doors working his ass off to make the country better, not farm.
Again, see? That's what I mean. He thinks like Joe Biden is the one who's tweeting. Or even Joe Biden is the person who's like single-handedly, oh, Obama. All right, watch out. She almost killed Obama. Yeah. The idea that like Joe Biden is like doing anything at all is pretty funny. The idea that Joe Biden, even if he wasn't tweeting, is like technically secretly running the country, also funny, not so secretly.
Farming Super Bowl impressions. That's it. I just want to get that out of the way. That's his interns. My point is, brother, that office has a million other things to worry about right now than farming impressions on Twitter. That's it.
I want to know what what his anger is though. Cause he's like, someone says Nadeshot being a Trumper. This has nothing to do with Trump. Assuming because I don't like Biden means I'm supporting Trump is exactly that. An assumption. Biden's the leader of the free world, memeing about the Super Bowl while the U.S. is falling apart. When you start paying taxes and see this guy is the guy running our country, it drives me nuts. I don't care if it's a social media manager. I don't want the account, him or anyone representing his office farming impressions, making light of the incredible amount of work to be done to fix all the issues of the country is beyond frustrating. And I don't care if you agree or anyone else for that matter. Ludwig said, what do you think are the main problems the U.S. is facing right now? Is this really a question that needs to be asked? Are you trying to make content out of this? From a non-Yankees perspective, this is a bizarre question to ask. Lol. I cannot think of a more normal question in response to a less interesting topic for content. First of all, speak for yourself. I think it's an interesting topic for content. What the chill, dude.
If your criteria for judging a presidential candidate is their demeanor, civility, or their seriousness towards their job, then Trump is probably not the best choice for you. Trump's social media posts, especially on Twitter, were surrounded by various controversies. He often tweeted bizarre things that did not make any sense at all. Here are some controversial tweets by Donald Trump. In 2016, he said that Mexico will pay for border wall. In January 2018, he warned Kim Jong-un that he has nuclear weapons too. In March 2018, he talked about winning a fight against Biden. In 2019, he told 4 congresswomen of color to go home, despite them all being US citizens and only one not born in America. He claimed that the 2020 elections were stolen. In December 2020, Trump said that he won the elections. In January 2021, Trump kind of condoned the deadly assault by his supporters on the US Capitol. Trump and his allies filed 62 lawsuits challenging the presidential election, but 61 of them have failed. So Trump tweeted all of that without any proof.
This tweet still has the same sentiment, right? Insane country? Yeah, exactly. The irony, of course, is that there are correct reasons to be like Biden is like senile, but the Democratic Party administration, like the Democrats are doing a horrible job overall, both in its domestic affairs, but also in international affairs in general. Like there are so many real things to get mad at, but it's always funny when like I see someone who is relatively apolitical, but like obviously has class interest and is like a rich person get mad at a thing like this. You know what I mean? But from the completely irrelevant framework of like, well, I don't like the aesthetics of this. It's the same principle behind people getting mad at Trump tweeting, right? Poll came out today that 89% of voters are concerned about Biden's age. Yeah. So that's the other part of this, by the way. That's the other part of this. Like those are the exact same people that also get mad at Biden's age for understandable reasons. Insane country where it's, and Kayvon said, insane country, friend of the show, Kayvon, where its leader is posting this while a military his administration is armed to the teeth is bombing 1 million Palestinians. Okay? When you are rich, there aren't more pressing issues to interrogate than what's being tweeted. Yes. And Joe Biden posting that while McDonald's employees are winning their own Monopoly game. What? This is a Matt Christman take, but like the capitalist machine in America has been running itself for like the last 30 years. The presidency can only really be in office. But that's not a Matt Christman take at all. That's a take that almost anyone with like anyone beyond a novice level of reading of politics understands that. It's almost apolitical to approach it. Capitalists look at that and go, that's why it works. Socialists look at that and go, that's why it's fucked up. But it's a constant. Most people who understand how things work understand that. So can you explain what the picture is supposed to be in? I'm so confused. Oh, I forgot. God damn it. Sorry, guys. I forgot that there's a lot of normies here. So I don't know where to begin, but I guess early on, there was a meme called Dark Brandon. Okay, friend of the show, Edinger Mentum, claims he invented it, but actually, there's a darker past for Dark Brandon. It actually came out of China, presenting Joe Biden, the American president, as this scary figurehead that actually is doing a tremendous amount of work that is like playing into the right-wing conspiracies of Joseph Robinette Biden. It was basically making fun of Joe Biden and making fun of the right-wingers who think he's this like terrifying figure. Okay, but why Brandon? They call him Brandon, which by the way, the image description literally says Dark Brandon, which means that the intern straight up called Joe Biden Brandon. Brandon is I guess pejorative for Biden. It started off with a NASCAR race where a dude named Brandon, I forget what his name is, he actually won the race, and then everyone was screaming "fuck Joe Biden" in the crowd, and then the anchor was like, "Oh, see, they're saying let's go Brandon," and then the conservatives immediately jumped on it, and this like dominated the media cycle for a week or maybe a month even, and that's where the "fuck Joe Biden" FJB / let's go Brandon meme became a real thing. Okay, here it is.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just...
Like, they're very clearly screaming, "fuck Joe Biden," and then the reporter says like, "Oh, let's go." They're saying, "Let's go Brandon." Okay, the more you explain it, the more I understand the previous normie reaction. Yes. So there's two different memes merging here. Okay, so the Dark Brandon meme basically came from that, where we were. The red glowing eyes scare is a funny meme in and of itself. If it was 2016, the eyes mean he's racist and alt-right. If it's 2021, he's into crypto shit and GME. And if it's 2024, he's a Zionist with a Ukraine, Taiwan, Hong Kong flag in the display name. Yeah. So basically, when you hear someone say like "let's go Brandon," still to this day, they're just trying to say Joe Biden, but in a, I guess, polite way, which is stupid. But because you can just say Joe Biden instead of that. But in any case, that's where that meme comes from. And then they basically leaned into this. Like, the older Biden has become in the eyes of the public, and the older Biden has become physically, right? The more they've like leaned into this meme of like Dark Brandon. Now, it doesn't make sense though when you're the one doing the meme, because the origination of the meme itself was to make fun of Joe Biden and also to make fun of those who think Joe Biden is this like terrifying figurehead who is like a communist, right? Like Joe Biden the ultra, you know? Why? Because he put forward like a bipartisan spending bill, right? On infrastructure or whatever. And so this iteration of the meme is basically it came right after the Super Bowl ended, right? And people were claiming, the right wing was claiming that Travis Kelce is sponsored by Pfizer, and Taylor Swift, who had previously endorsed Joe Biden against Donald Trump in the past election cycle, is a 34-year-old liberal woman for understandable reasons. And so the conservatives were trying to basically turn this into like a culture war issue, right? Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are liberal, pro-vaccination, and pro-Joe Biden, whereas like I guess God's team is the freaking 49ers for some weird reason. Even though it's a San Francisco team, so that doesn't really make sense. But I guess like their quarterback is like a dude who loves Jesus. So so that's all it took for them, right? Purdy. So everyone was saying like Joe Biden is going to rig the Super Bowl. Joe Biden is going to rig the Super Bowl. I myself obviously leaned into it as well because it's really funny to think that like the Joe Biden would rig the Super Bowl or that the Super Bowl is rigged. And oh yeah, Nick Bosa also loves Trump too. Nick Bosa is just like incredibly racist. He's very hot, but also incredibly racist. So there's that too.
Another reason for the Biden campaign to use this meme is probably because it helps them to change the perception of Joe Biden by showing him as a capable guy who can do stuff which are controversial or the stuff that will rile up the Republican base. And Joe Biden is not some 81 years old incapable guy who cannot even form sentences properly or cannot even walk sometimes properly. Going back to Nadeshot's clip, some people are criticizing Nadeshot, saying that he is tarnishing the image of 100T, a gaming company he founded. Last year, 100 Thieves laid off 20% of their staff. Some people have criticized Nadeshot by saying, why doesn't he have the same attitude towards Donald Trump? But to be honest, Donald Trump isn't even on Twitter. He operates on Truth Social, his own social media company. So maybe he doesn't even know how Trump operates on Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And thanks for watching.